Hey everybody, welcome back to Crutch Life Acres. Our last video covered 5 leg exercises we can do at home with weights to build some strength into our legs so we can build our baseball house on the rock. And today we're going to cover probably the second most important muscle group other than the core for baseball, and that's our back. That's our scapula right in here, our shoulder blades and our posterior chain for rotation. This is also good in basketball. When you're boxing somebody out, man, you got to have these scapula back here, these back muscles that make it so when people run into you behind you and try to move you, you're solid as a rock right there with your legs and your back. So the first exercise we're going to do is a traditional bent over row. And again, in lieu of weights, because not everybody has weights, if you have dumbbells, it makes all of this easier. So maybe see if the parents have somewhere, if they'll buy you some at Dick's Sporting Goods, you can drive by and pick those up. But if you don't have dumbbells, here's an easy solution for you. Paint cans. This one is actually concrete patching material, and this is a paint can full of like nails and screws. Are they different weights? Yeah. It's just fine as long as we switch every 5 or 10 reps, all right? So bent over row, we're gonna have a little bend in our knees, and we wanna have a straight back. And what I see with a lot of young kids is they roll their shoulders forward, and they do this. We wanna set our scapula by imagining we're squeezing a pencil between our shoulder blades. And then this is very simple. We're just gonna row right here, okay? 3, 4, 5, and since these are probably slightly different weight, we're going to switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you should feel your lumbar working. Your shoulders should be set back. And we're going to row right here. Keep our elbows along our ribs. Don't be chicken winging this thing. That's a different exercise. Okay, now if you want to get a little bit more advanced and you want to bring a leg into it, you can also do this on one leg. So whichever leg is down, we're pulling with the opposite arm. And now I've got my hip and my hamstring working. You can do it that way too, okay? All right, that's the first exercise. Now, second exercise we're gonna do is something that I would normally do with my TRX system. And there's a link below this video to buy TRX if you don't have it. This is a great system. But if you don't have it today, the easiest solution for that is a rope. Wrap this rope around some sort of a post on the patio, somewhere in the house where you got a post. Tie 2 loops in it, or even if you can't tie 2 loops, you can just do it around your wrists, right? And we're just gonna lean back, and we're gonna row this way, okay? The nice thing about these ropes is, or TRX, is it really allows you to get full range of motion all the way out, all the way back. The rope should stay taut or tight the whole time. We don't wanna be doing this, okay? Because that gives our muscle a rest. Keep the rope tight, in, out, in, out, okay? Now, we're gonna move on to the third exercise, okay? So now we've got the rope, and instead of our thumb up doing a row along our ribs, now we're gonna turn our hands down, our palms down, and we're gonna do a wider pull. So we're gonna try to get our elbows to a 90-degree angle. And now we're working the outside of our lat, and more shoulder blade, more rhomboids, more trapezius, okay? And this, I'm 38 years old and I exercise every day, and this burns. This stuff really works, and it is not rocket science. Okay, so there's exercise number 3. So number 1 was a bent over row with a paint can or a backpack or anything else that weighs more than 0. We can also do that on one leg. Number 2 was a palm up row using a rope around a post. Number 3, palm down using a wide pull, getting our elbows to a 90-degree angle, all right? Okay, for exercise number 4, we're gonna go back to our rope, but we're gonna stand a little more straight up because we're gonna lengthen our lever, meaning instead of having our arms bent, we're gonna straighten our arms here, okay? This makes it a little bit more difficult with a long lever. So now we're gonna do a fly, and this is really to get all up in this scapula area, okay? So stand pretty straight up, keep your arms slightly bent. If they're all the way straight, then we're working our rear deltoid or our rear shoulder. We wanna have a little bend in here so we can squeeze our shoulder blades together. And you may have to move your feet a little bit to find where you're at. And this is a great move called a rear fly. Okay? That gives us those big, strong wings, those big, strong scapula behind us, all right? Now we're gonna go to the last exercise, which really works our posterior chain, or these big hunks of meat back here, our back strap. And this is not fancy. It's not that fun, but it's really important and it's really easy. There's a few different ways you can do this. You can keep your feet on the ground and just lift your torso, and you'll feel those muscles flex and relax. Or you can lift both your arms and your legs like so. That gets a little bit more of the glute involved. Now, what's important about this exercise and every other one I showed you in this back exercise video is there ain't no herking and jerking. You can't be, especially on this one, right? We got our lower back here, we want to take care of it. It should be dedicated movements. Up, down, take a rest. Up, down, take a rest. All right, so no herky-jerky, bent over row, TRX row, palm down, wide pull, thumb up, fly, and then we've got our posterior chain. You can use any weight that weighs more than 0. Take a couple of the leg exercises, take a couple of the back exercises, bounce back and forth with very little rest. 20 or 30 minutes, you can get a lot done. Get stronger, get better, and get ready. Next up is going to be chest. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.